She is the chief of staff. She's working very close with Diddy and managing his projects. Everybody wants to know where she is. Why didn't they use her as a witness? I never know. I guess she definitely kept her mouth shut, and you got to respect that there. Okay? She didn't turn out to be a rat. I know a lot of you want him to rat. Now, why did I pick this subject to do today? The reason I did is because there are other podcasters out there telling you Diddy's going broke, and he's almost broke, and he's asking people for money, which is all false. There, we got somebody coming. Good morning, Sheridan. How are you? Thank you for coming. Sheridan, today, I don't count other people's money. I have a rule on that. There's my buddy Snake. I missed you. Where you been? Huh? Miss you, buddy. I haven't seen you around lately. So, folks, let's get into it. But first, I want to apologize to you for yesterday. I don't know what happened. I was doing a video. All right, I got great content that I want to discuss with you. And I was reading you about some of the things going on with Diddy's civil lawsuits. And some of them are actually being thrown out of court. But something happened yesterday, and all of a sudden, nobody could hear me. So my phone was okay, because, I do this from the phone. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was the algorithm. Maybe I was getting a lot of phone calls, which I did not accept, and text messages. So maybe that interrupted it because it was my birthday. And I want to thank you all right, for the overwhelming, happy birthday wishes. And folks, I'll tell you this, before I get into the Diddy and all the millions that he's making, let me share a little bit about, I had a birthday lunch with my son and my very dear friend. His name is Peter Conti. Now, Peter Conti is a writer, and in addition, he teaches writing at Columbia University. But he lives out here, and he happens to be Joe Pesci's grandson, okay? Well, I learned a lot of things about Joe I didn't know, okay? And you could Google it yourself, okay? Google Joe Pesci and Billy Hendricks and the Starlighters, and you will see that they both were the Starlighters. In addition, if you saw the short that I did, you will see, and I never knew this, Peter's got all this history about where things. Peter and I are working on a couple of film projects, but we had lunch at the Bossa Nova over at the Sunset Plaza, and across the street is a building. It's called Capellini or something like that, okay? And that was actually the building they used for the bank in the movie Scarface. And in addition, okay, the house that you saw in the movie Scarface, that was also filmed here in Beverly Hills. So a lot of things I didn't know, but with making movies, there's a lot of things that you can go on. So folks, let's get a little bit into, okay, Diddy, all right? His business empire, known as Combs Global, who was previously Bad Boy World Entertainment Group, had varied revenue. When you're talking, he was doing millions and millions of dollars a year, So you're not going to take it down a business like that. Boom. It's not going to happen. Okay? Because the machine is still running. And this is why I wanted to talk to you about this and give you the information. It's public information. Okay? All right? You're born here. Hi, Michelle. Great to see you. Sherry, everybody, QX. All right? But let's get into this, folks. He had revenues across many different ventures, with some reaching hundreds of millions in annual sales in their prime. There is no single consistent monthly revenue figures available, and many of his major income streams have diminished. We know that, okay? All right, Bad Boy Records. The record label reportedly brought in about $130 million annually. $130 million. Folks, that's a lot. Okay, Sean Cold's clothing line, all right, had annual revenues of $525 million at its peak. However, Macy's, a sole distributor, pulled the line in late 2024, and the brand's website no longer exists, indicating this revenue stream has ended. Diageo, Ciroc and De Leon, all right? That was bringing in $60 million annually. But that partnership ended, and Diageo owns everything 100%. Revolt. Combs co-founded the television network in 2013. Specific monthly or annual revenue for this venture is not publicly detailed, but it's still in business. And then everybody heard about his private jet. You know, people want to talk about his private jet. Well, yes, all right? He is making money. He's made several millions of dollars, okay? Okay? He made $4 million in 8 months, folks, while in prison. How many people do you know that make $4 million in 8 months while you're in prison? Okay? Hi, Heather. Good to see you, kid. Thank you, Dan. I try to come here, dress, be respectful. All right? I'm a gentleman gangster. And, you know, I'm going to be, for my members, people, I have a membership, Gangster Circle, okay? And for those who are members of my Gangster Circle, all right, I'm going to be telling you about Vito Genovese and Frank Costello. Now, I knew Frank Costello. I never met Vito Genovese. But, you know, the Genovese crime family is still active, and it's the biggest crime family out there. So I'm going to be telling that to my members first. So join and become a member. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. Okay? I would appreciate it. Subscribe, like, share, and smash that like button, please. Okay, folks? Appreciate it. More into what we got, all right? He's averaging $500,000 per month just from renting out his jet, okay? Overall, Diddy's businesses had significant annual revenue in the past, but the current monthly income of his remaining companies is difficult to pinpoint, okay? So, folks, he's not broke. He's not bringing in the kind of money that he used to bring in, but he's bringing in millions of dollars while being in prison, okay? Now, how's he doing that? This is not a company, this is a one-man show, okay? And everybody's wondering why didn't Christina Coram rat on him? Why wasn't she a witness? Well, it's quite simple, folks. She's not a rat. She held strong. It looks like, apparently, and why would she do that? Well, Christina Coram is the chief of staff of Diddy's companies. Yeah, all right? Tarek A. Brooks, president, overseeing operations and investment for Combs Global. Dion Graham, chief brand officer for the portfolio. DeTavio Samuels, CEO of Revolt TV. Jay Lundy, senior VP of investing and new ventures. Now that's a very important, very important. He's in charge of investing. So when you got these millions of dollars still coming in, okay, and you invest them properly, well, that brings in more money. So Diddy is far from broke, and don't worry, he ain't going broke, okay, unless something seriously drastic happens, okay? Bad Boy Records publishing rights were reassigned back to artists and songwriters. So they all got their music back. With Diddy facing serious legal challenges and federal investigations, his companies have undergone significant restructuring, with many executives focusing on continuing operations or pivoting away from Diddy's direct involvement as he stepped down from most roles. The future of many of these brands is now uncertain or under new leadership. So, you know what, folks? It's a corporation, all right? Let me bring it in. Yeah, Heather Revolt is gone. But he's bringing in $500,000 a month, okay? Just from the jet. How many of you are making $500,000 a month? Yeah, Jimmy, he's a sick bastard. I agree with you, okay? I don't like Diddy, but I don't have an intense hate for Diddy like a lot of people do, okay? And we, as a country, we have to stop with this hatred that we have for each other. Yeah, folks, we are all in the same boat, okay? We're living month to month, okay? All right? Trying to keep an overhead, trying to have food on our table. I know what it is. I'm living just like you, okay? Somebody asked me if I have Italian origin. I'm 100% Italian. I'm from Calabria, okay? Yeah, folks, so you and me, we're living month to month. Let's be honest here. Okay, maybe some of you are doing better, all right? You know, folks, would you believe, here it is, it's 11:14 here in Beverly Hills, California. I haven't left the house today. I woke up at 7:30 this morning. I don't know what, I don't drink. I didn't drink yesterday or nothing. I don't know what it is. I just been, you know, this has been on my mind, okay? And I wanted to bring this out to you. All right? And folks, keep those comments coming in, okay? So now yesterday, let's go into Diddy's civil lawsuits, which this, 100 or whatever that number is, I don't know the exact number. Okay? Uh, but let's say Diddy loses every single one, which he's not going to. Okay? I told you about the one in the San Francisco court. All right, 3 people that's been thrown out. A lot of these people coming in with Jane and John Doe. Okay, you want to sue somebody? Use your name. Okay, come out in the open. All right, tell us who you are. Let's stop this secrecy. Okay, everybody thinks they're a politician. What do I mean by that? Politicians are liars. Every one of them. Every single one of them. They're not telling us the truth. So I talk about hatred. People ask me, what did I want for my birthday? I want the world to be a better place. I want people to love each other. I want people to be happy. Is there anything wrong with that, folks? Okay? I'm sure that you all want that same thing. But where's the divide? Where is it coming from? Okay? It comes from the top. And where's the top? Our presidency of the United States, our U.S. House of Representatives. Look at the intense hate that they're showing for each other. It stems down to the people. Now, if you're a Democrat, Republicans don't want to talk to you. You're a Republican, Democrats don't want to talk to you. Come on, let's get real, folks. We're Americans. We are human beings. All right? Yes, Joe Biden demolished our country. But he's been away now for almost a year. Let's forget about him. President Trump, you made a lot of promises. Start fulfilling them. Okay? But I don't want to talk politics, folks. Okay? We got somebody from Russia? Summer, how are you? Man, we got people from Russia. That's awesome. Here, Russia is a beautiful place, folks. You know, and here's another thing. You listen to the news and all this here, and they tell you how horrible Russia is. I got Russians friends. Yes, they're gangsters, and the Russians, their gangsters are really good. They said, Ori, it's nothing like what the news tells you. You come there, you will love it. It's a beautiful country. The people are beautiful people. We got Danny here from South Africa. I never been there. Okay. Thank you, Sonia. So, folks, you know, we are not being told the truth, but I come here, I tell you the truth. This is why I don't have 1 million followers, okay? Because people don't like the truth. I want people to subscribe to my channel who want to hear the truth, all right? Now, but let's go back to these civil lawsuits, folks, okay? Diddy won the RICO case, whether it was a fixed jury or not, I don't know, all right? But he won it, so they can't take his money, they can't take his homes, okay? He still owns them. So he's making $500,000 a month on his jet. His other businesses are still bringing him money. Not money like it was in the old days, okay? But it's millions that they bringing in. So let's say 100 lawsuits. If Diddy settled every one of them for $1 million, and I guarantee you most of them would take it, $1 million, all right? That's $100 million. what is that? 2 months rental from his jet that he pays it off. So, but he's not going to lose 100 of them, okay? All right, he's going to win some of them. He'll probably lose the majority of them, okay? Nobody's going to get money like Cassie Ventura. She got 20 million from him, and she got 10 million from the Intercontinental Hotel, okay? So, nobody's going to get that kind of money. Now, I don't know, we all seen Netflix 50 Cent documentary, The Reckoning. It was accurate, it was truthful. None of those people were lying. People write me and tell me they're all lying, okay? I know the people who love Diddy, they write me, oh, everybody's lying. Everybody got on the witness stand lied. Everybody on the 50 Cent show lied. Okay, all these 100 people are lying. No, they are not, folks. They're not all lying. Are a few lying? Yes. It's normal. Very normal. So, but Diddy is still going to be okay when he gets out of prison. Now, will he be indicted here in Los Angeles for the Jonathan Hayes situation? I can't give you an answer on that. I don't know what the answer is. Supposedly, the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is investigating. Okay? Which I wonder why the sheriff is and not the LAPD, but it doesn't make a difference. Okay? But let's just suppose that they find sufficient information to indict him. Now it's got to go to the district attorney to indict and prosecute. Will, our guy's name here is Hochman, Hochman, is the district attorney in Los Angeles. Okay? Do you think, let me tell you what he's going to think about before indicting Diddy. All right? He doesn't want another circus like the O.J. Simpson trial. All right? And it was a circus, folks. I was going down to the courthouse in downtown Los Angeles. I happened to be indicted on other things at the same time as O.J. And I'm going to tell you, there were thousands and thousands of people, news teams from all over the country, just like it was when, if you saw my post that I did over at Rob Reiner's home a few days ago. Okay, it's up there. You could all go see the video on that there. And folks, a lot of you asked me about that interview that I did with Elizabeth Hudson. It was an awesome interview, all right? And it's up on my videos. So please, go there, watch that video. I definitely appreciate it. And as I said earlier, for those of you, okay, some of you have joined up and are members of the Gangster Circle, my membership, all right? You're getting information before others are getting it, okay? And you're going to get to see me a little bit more often as we get moving here. So if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And, all right? Thank you, Leap. I appreciate that. Huh? Folks, your comments are awesome. I love you folks so much. And like I tell you, okay? Like I tell you, you folks are my family. I'm not looking to get 1 million subscribers. My goal is to get to 25,000 I'm almost at 14,000. So help me out here, folks. Do what you can to subscribe, like, share, all right? Because one thing that you know, all right, is that I return each and every comment. You leave me a comment, I write you back. Okay? How many how many content creators do that? Okay? How many? Alright? Not many. You know how many times I wrote Tisha Tell? Okay? Never got a reply from her. I do from Ticket. Ticket respects. He's got a lot of respect. Okay? And I got nothing against nobody, folks. I want everybody to be happy. Oh boy. Boy, I drink a lot of coffee, I gotta tell you. Coffee with espresso. All right? Yes. Yeah, I mix my coffee. I put coffee and then a double espresso. So, boom, I get that jump in the morning, you know? Vote for none of the above. Folks, I want to thank you, but I hope that helps you. All right, so, for those of you who love Diddy, don't worry, he's not going broke, folks. What more could I talk about today? We got a lot of people here today. I was almost not going to do a show. All right? Hey, we got this young man, Motion. How any advice to reach your age? Yeah, Motion, it's a very good question, and I'm great. I love to see a lot of young people come in here because I like to help you. Folks, I'm going to be writing another book, but it's not going to be a gangster book. It's going to be motivational book from a gangster. Now, as you all know, I wrote the book, The Accidental Gangster. It's a bestseller, doing well, being made into a movie, from insurance salesman to Hollywood fixer. You read this, you're going to see a lot of motivational quotes. All right? But what's the best book that ever been written? Huh? Young man, I suggest you buy this book, Think and Grow Rich. All right, this is a special copy of it that I was given by a very good friend. Okay? Buy Think and Grow Rich. Follow the principles in this book. Okay? Always do the right thing because it's the right thing. But you want to be successful. You want to live long. All right? Respect, loyalty, and honor. I read every single day. Before I go to bed, I always have books next to my Bible on my nightstand. I have a book right now. I love the author Daniel D. Silva. Okay? I read a lot of his books. I read Michael Connolly, sorry. Okay? So I read a lot of books, folks. And for a young man, and keep active, okay? Keep active. You don't have to go in the gym every day and do 400 pounds. But, you walk, you run, keep active. That's what I do. All right? When I sit right here, I keep active. I keep moving my arms, okay? So I just keep it going. But, for the young men, all right? All right? People love this painting. I can't believe. Barry, you're from London, one of my favorite towns. I'm going to be coming there soon. I got a lot of great mates over in London, folks. Yeah, they're gangsters, but they're the best. Okay? Refry, good to see you, buddy. You made it here today. Johnny Three Gun. Eh. Use Biscayne County. Where's that? Eh? Hi, Craig. Official for Overloo. Who is the artist? Anton Blanchard. Yeah, that's who it is. Antoine Blanchard is the artist on there, folks. Okay? Anybody want to buy it? $5,000. It's yours. Okay? Now, cool shipping. How's that? Yeah, folks, you know, I read Think and Grow Rich book. I want to tell that young man, I hope he's still here, or any young man, an old person. This is a great book, folks. And my next book might be a motivational book written by a gangster and what makes a successful gangster. Okay? Because as gangsters, we got to make money. But our mindset was every single day. Okay, back in the old days, folks, I would carry $2,000 here. I'd always have 10,000 there. I had money all around the house. I hustled every single day, and I was doing cash. Okay, those days are over. Now I got maybe $85 in cash. Like a lot of you, I use my debit card. Okay, to buy things, and. You know, so I'm no different than you folks. We are all human beings. I'm not above you. I'm not below you. Okay? And I talk to everybody. I could talk to the janitor, all right? Just as well as I'm going to talk to the executive at the top of the building, okay? Let's be friends, folks. Let's love each other. Okay, let's forget about these idiots in Washington, D.C. Because together, folks, we the people, if we get together, we can make this world a better place. Folks, boy, I got 134 people here. This is awesome. What's today? Thursday. Forget about old or gold. We need them limits in Congress. Yes, we do need limits. Let's get rid of the old people. My God, some of them 90-something years old. Okay? What's this country? All right? No, I am not married. Okay? And folks, all right, let's talk about it. People keep asking me if I'm married, if I'm looking for a girlfriend. Now, I don't mean to sound, what do I want to say? I'm going to tell you what kind of woman I'm looking for. I'm looking for somebody, all right, maybe 60, 70 years old, because I just turned 81. I'm going to live to 105, folks. You better get used to me. I'm not going no place, okay? I'm going to be here for you folks. Keep giving you my wisdom, because I got a lot of it. And the older I get, the more wisdom I get, because I don't stop. I keep reading. I keep doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I stay positive. I stay healthy. I do all the right things. Not like the old days. But what was I going to say? And I come to you folks dressed up. If you saw me on the street years ago, I had a tie, French cuffs. I was sharp, okay? So anyways, people from Canada, hi Canada. Somebody wants me to date their mom. Yes, I can. All right, let's get back to, all right, and I don't mean to sound selfish. I've been married twice. I've had plenty of girlfriends. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for company. I'm looking for somebody that's beautiful, stays in shape, 60 in their, they could be in their 70s, okay? Somebody wants to get together, got their own apartment or house or whatever, okay? Wants to get together a couple of times a week, have lunch, dinner, okay? We could talk on the phone, but we get together, lunch or dinner, all right? Come over to my place, we cuddle, you know what I mean when I say cuddle, okay? And then she goes home to her own place, or I go home to my own place. No attachments, not supporting, not taking care of kids. I've done all that, folks, okay? So that's what I'm looking for, all right? Anybody got somebody, and somebody just in my area, okay? Yeah, there's beautiful women all over the world, but I live here. Okay? Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that there. Yeah, I live here in Beverly Hills. And trust me, the women here are totally different. That's one thing. It's not a great place in Los Angeles for somebody. If you find somebody in Los Angeles, it's like winning the lottery. Okay? Uh, this is a very different town. Richmond, yes. I need a dog. Oh, I miss my dog. My dog's name was Maggie. Okay? Huh? Sandra Payne, no dating apps. Nah, I can't use those things. I don't know what to say. Those dating apps, I tried one. All the women lie. They show a picture when they're 18, then another picture when they're 20, then another picture in their 40s, and before you know, you look at them when they're 70, and it's nothing like the one that you saw when they were 18. Okay? All right, it's no different than social media, what they do on these matchmaker websites or whatever you call them. Okay? Billy Bob, maybe I should, okay? Because, people watch people because they see the title. You got a catchy title, boom, they're there. Your title's not good, nobody comes and watch you, okay? And people got an attention span of around 31 seconds, all right? You live in Beverly Hills, Andrew? Andrew Lawrence? Yes, refried. I do. I fold my handkerchiefs. My father taught me all those things, folks. My father taught me how to make a Windsor knot. I'll never forget that. All right? Gratitude and glory to be God. Folks, I pray every morning, every night, sometimes in the afternoon. Yes, glory to God. He's our Savior. All right? I do pray. I believe. I don't go to church. All right? Child of God. All right? Hello, Arkansas. How are you? Really, too good. Thank you so much. Folks, your messages are so awesome. I love you folks so much. All right? No, I'm no longer in the mob, folks. Okay? I made a promise to my children when I got out of prison. And I keep that promise. Folks, one thing about me, if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Okay? Yes, I had very successful businesses that I built entirely on my own, from the ground floor up to multi-million-dollar businesses. I lost them all, folks. I made money and then I went broke so many times. I can't even count them anymore. But that's one thing that I kept doing. Like Tony Barclay. Tony, you know Joey Pyle? Okay. Freddie Foreman, the Richardson over there in England, they're all friends of mine. Huh? I did 5 years in prison, folks. Look at folks, you keep a lot of questions you ask me, you could find right here in my book, The Accidental Gangster, or go to my website. It's in my profile, okay? And you could read. There's a lot about me on my website, folks. So I'm out there, I'm in the open, I don't hide nothing, okay? Jack Off-A-Lot, you got a shout out. Where's Jack? Okay. Somebody asked me what my favorite food is. I spoke about that yesterday. Okay, it was the gnocchis. All right, when my mother used to make, my mother made gnocchi, folks, we call them sinkers. Not like the ones that you buy today. They're little tiny things. To me, that's not gnocchis. All right? People keep asking me how old I am. How many times I gotta say it? I'm 81 years old. Okay? I don't let nobody take advantage of me. But sometimes, you know, folks, it happens. Okay? Like I said, I'm a human being just like all of you. All right? Wayne, there's Wayne, thank you so much. Wayne hit that super chat for $10. You know, folks, you notice I haven't asked anybody to hit that super chat. And I wanna address people. All right? I don't have Cash App and I don't have Vimeo or Venmo. Okay? Somebody hacked those accounts. I have PayPal. It's right up there in my profile. Why do people write and say, I'm sending you money to your PayPal, and they never do it? What do they think? That I'm dumb? I'm not going to see it? Okay? Why even say it if you don't mean it? Okay? See? Take Wayne over there. Boom, he hit that thanks button, $10. Okay? But why do people say, I'm sending you $100, I'm sending you $500? Yeah, what? And they ask me what my PayPal is, and they don't do nothing. Why? Why can't people do what they say? Whether you do it, you don't do it, but don't say you're going to do it, then don't do it. Okay? And that's the problem we're having in this country. All goes with why our country is divided. And like I keep saying, it's up to us to stop this division. Yeah, somebody said they were going to send me some, but I seem like I got some. Okay? If you don't respect or appreciate what I bring you with my wisdom, all right, don't send nothing. Okay? I'm going to survive because I'm a survivor, folks. Okay? But if you respect and appreciate what I'm doing, show me some love. It's the right thing to do. All right? Well, we got a lot, some wise, all right? People come here. All right? All right, folks. Well, we got a nice, partially sunny day. Let me show you folks our weather here, okay? Let's go out on my patio for a moment here. I'll show you what our weather is today. Fairly nice day today, but you could see, when I moved it here, folks, I could see all the way downtown. This tree has grown that much since I've been here. Now, if you look through the trees there, you see the mountain, and you see the overcast on those mountains. And next week, they say we're going to have rain all week. So, I wanted to show you folks, okay, normally we got perfect blue skies, but, my friends back east are telling me the weather is horrible there, and a lot of snow, upstate New York, England. All right, dark and cold there today, huh? All right. Thank you, Refresh. Thank you for coming. Okay. Well, folks, wanted to show you this here today. See me standing up for once. I like doing things standing up. Okay. So, folks, I want everybody to have a great day. All my love and respect to all of you. You are my family. God bless you. If you haven't subscribed, total paid net. Thank you so much. All right, another $10 there. Well, this is a good day, folks. All right, I appreciate it. Okay? You people are so very kind, respectful. All right, and this is what I'm looking for. Please subscribe, folks. It helps me out. And they tell me hitting that like button helps out. I'm not a tech guy. Before I go, I got to tell you. You all know that my power was down. Everybody says, call the power company. You ever call the power company? You call your TV, and all you get is push this button, push that button, do this, do that. You're on the phone for 20 minutes, a half hour, pushing buttons, and then you get a live person, and they tell you, you got to go to their website. What the hell? The reason I'm calling is I don't want to go to the website. I don't know how to do all that. Does that make sense? Google is a $1 trillion company. You ought to see the buildings they own just here in Beverly Hills, and that's all over the country. Google's massive. I bet you they don't have one phone line into their offices. Okay? It's crazy. I wanted to share that with you. Oh. Yeah, there goes our garbage truck, all right, driving down the street. The mailman's there. People out working, people out doing their jobs. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to take my walk today and, take advantage of this beautiful day. So everybody have a blessed day. Thank you so much. All my love and respect. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care now.